Hello everyone, this is Felicia Lester. I just want to take a moment to introduce this song. Look what God has done. This song is especially close to my heart because it was written by my wonderful husband during a time when our faith was truly tested. As you listen, I pray it reminds you of God's goodness and His power to bring us through anything. I woke up this morning with a praise on my tongue, thinking about the battles, the victories He's won. Every mountain, every valley He's carried me through. If you only knew my story, you'd be praising Him too. Look what God has done. Look what God has done. He's been faithful. He's been mighty. He's the only one. Through the storm and through the rain, He brought me out again. Lift your voice and testify. Look what God has done. There were days I was lonely, felt like giving in, but He wrapped His arms around me, called me friend. He turned my mourning into dancing, sorrow into joy. Now I've got a reason to rejoice. Oh, look what God has done. Look what God has done. He's been faithful. He's been mighty. He's the only one. Through the storm and through the rain, He brought me out again. Once again. Lift your voice and testify. Look what God has done. If you're feeling hopeless, don't give up the fight. God is still a healer. He'll make everything right. Hold on to His promise. You're never alone. Trust in His power. Let His love be shown. He's been faithful. He's been mighty. He's the only one. Through the storm and through the rain, He brought me out again. Lift your voice and testify. Look what God has done. I remember back in 2020 when I was down with COVID, lying in that hospital bed for 7 days. My body was in pain. I could barely breathe and couldn't talk as normal. I was worried, but the saints were praying for me. And even in my weakness, God was working a miracle. He raised me up, gave me strength, and let me live to tell the story. So I've got to testify tonight. Look what God has done. Look what God has done. He's the only way. Whoa. Through the rain, He brought me out again. Lex again. Lift your voice and testify. Look what God has done. Come on, help me pray. has done. Look what God has done. Let the people rejoice. Let the praises run. We've come this far by faith, and our victory's won. Look what God has done.